It is a cold winter's night. Why don't you pull up a seat? Come, warm yourself around the fire and listen to a story. A story of shepherds and chariots, of war and of the gods, both Greek and Norse. Go.
In the night sky, next to the constellations of the bull Taurus and the hunter Orion, sits the lesser-known constellation Auriga. To the Greeks, Auriga means charioteer, and thus the image of a man holding the reins of a chariot was born. It is believed that this charioteer, the once Athenian king Erichthonius, was the son of the legendary blacksmith Hephaestus. Erichthonius was rejected by his father, and raised by Athena, who taught him how to tame horses, a skill he subsequently used to be the first charioteer to harness 4 horses at once. It is speculated that Erichthonius was a goat herder before he was king, and, upon his death, he became a patron to shepherds. This explains why this particular constellation was attributed to Erichthonius, as Auriga is especially visible during winter and spring, the time when shepherds are most active.
Ready? The Greeks and the Romans sure know how to make a story, huh? Well, in other parts of the world, Auriga is known as something else entirely. To the far north, during the Middle Ages, a different civilization noticed Auriga and gave it a whole new story, one far darker and ominous than that of the Greeks.
Far to the north of Greece, in a land we know today as Scandinavia, Auriga is known as the ASTR Project, or Fight of the Aesir. The Aesir were the Old Norse gods who ruled over Asgard, the home of the gods. Notable Aesir such as Odin, Thor, Loki, and Freya were foretold to fight at the coming of the Norse end times, known as Ragnarok. ASTR Project depicts this apocalyptic battle of the Aesir as they fight and inevitably die as the world is destroyed. Norse raiders, colloquially known today as Vikings, used ASTR Project and nearby Norse constellations such as Ulf's Kept, or Mouth of the Wolf, to navigate the North and Baltic Seas. It is these stars, paired with rudimentary astrolabes and sunstones, that brought the first Viking ships to Northumbria and East Anglia, what is to be known in present times as the island of England, as well as Iceland, Greenland, the Faroe Islands, and eventually making Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, the first European on the North American continent.
But what is Auriga really? It's actually just a collection of plasma, held together by its own gravity. These stars burn at over 3,000 degrees Kelvin, and some go as hot as 50,000 degrees Kelvin. That's 89,540 degrees Fahrenheit.
Capella, also known as Alpha Aurigae, is the 6th brightest star in the night sky, and the brightest star in the constellation Auriga. It is a double binary system made up of 4 stars, 2 large binary stars and 2 fainter brown dwarf stars. Capella makes up the goat in the constellation Auriga. Both smaller stars are red dwarf main sequence stars, whereas Capella AA is classified as a red clump and AB is a red subgiant. Capella is relatively close to us, sitting at just under 43 light-years away from the Earth. Both of the larger, more luminous stars in Capella are of the same age, roughly 400 million years old, and as they are significantly more massive than the Sun, burn through their fuel supply at a prodigious rate. Both Capella AA and Capella AB have burnt through their hydrogen cores and have begun cooling and expanding into what they will eventually become red giants.
And this is all just a drop in the ocean in regards to what's out there in the cosmos. Now, as it is freezing outside, and I can see my cameraman shivering, I'm gonna go inside my climate-controlled house and edit this video together to make the B- it'll inevitably be. Thanks for watching.